Greetings, math students. Welcome to another episode of Math with Mrs. D in room 403. Your responsibility for this lesson is to learn the basics that are taught during this lesson. You should be able to come to school and work on problems related to this lesson video, and you should bring questions to class on the parts that were confusing. Are you in an area that is free of distractions? You need to have your packet ready. Turn to lesson 2.4. Take notes, write examples, and try the problems given. Remember, you can always pause or replay the video to help you understand. Also, write down questions that you want to ask us at school. Today we are going to talk about number sentences and open number sentences. First, I'd like you to know that a number sentence in math is just like a word sentence, only it uses numbers and math symbols. For example, we have 42 plus 7 equals 49. That's a number sentence. It has numbers, it has math symbols. In fact, it needs to have operation symbols and relation symbols. This happens to be a true number sentence. Look at the one that's red. 16 is greater than 4 times 100. So you have to do a little thinking there. 16 is greater than 4 times 100. So let's take a look at what 4 times 100 actually is. 400. So can we read 16 is greater than 400? Well, that's obviously false. It's still a number sentence because it has a relation symbol, and it has an operation, and it has numbers. But it is false in its answer. Finally, take a look at the black number sentence. We know it's a number sentence because it has operation symbols, it has a relation symbol, and it has numbers. Take a moment, pause the video, figure this one out, and you determine if this is a true number sentence or a false number sentence. Well, let's figure it out. 36 plus 2 gets us to 38. Take away 6 brings us back down to 32. Is that greater than 30? Why, yes it is. Therefore, you could fill in the blank with true. So let me review for you. A number sentence is just like a word sentence, only it uses numbers and math symbols. So you need to be able to locate operation symbols, and you need to know that there are relation symbols that compare one side of the equation to the other. Okay, so let's take what we've learned about number sentences and let's apply it to a more complex math problem, a word problem. So we have Nico. Nico has $8. Does he have enough to buy 3 fancy pencils for $2 each and an eraser for $1.50? What we need to find out is what the total cost of the items are and compare that to the $8 that Nico has. So what do you think is the number sentence we would use to figure this out? Pause the video to write. Did you come up with either of these as your number sentences? As a number sentence? What I have here is we know that each of the 3 fancy pencils is $2, so I listed it 3 times. We know that the eraser is $1.50, so I listed that 1 time. I know that I'm adding them all together to see if we have enough money in comparison to the cost of the items. So the number sentence can help us answer the question. The other number sentence that I used was 3 times $2 plus 150, which also equals that, 715. I did that for a couple of reasons, because it's nice when you can start condensing your list of math into some other operations that make math a little bit quicker. So I decided that I would take the 2's, which are 3, so it's 3 times that 2 plus 150. And the 3 times the 2, obviously, is that $6 plus the 150. Put together brings us to a total of $750. Just a different way to write it, another way to think about multiplication, which is a faster form of addition. Ultimately, what this allowed us to do was take our total, compare it to what Nico had. So we're comparing the total cost to what Nico has in order to answer our question, does Nico have enough money? And the answer is yes. Now we're going to add one more thing. We're going to add something called a variable. A variable is a symbol or a letter used for a number that we don't know yet. For example, in a math number sentence, we might see the letter y. Y plus 2 equals 6. Well, I know in your mind you know what goes where that y is. In the blue, we have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.50 equals d. I'm figuring that that looks really familiar to something we've done earlier, and you probably know what that d stands for. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus e equals 750. Again, you should notice that this is a very similar number sentence. Missing part. Yep, there you go. You knew that the y actually represented a 4, because in order for that number sentence to be true, it needed the 4. You also probably determined that the variable d represented $7.50 in order for this number sentence to be true. And because of what we knew about our other number sentences, you knew that 150 was what e represented in order to make that number sentence true. Now, when a number sentence contains a variable, it is called an open number sentence. So take a look at what we have written here. 10 minus y equals 8. 8 divided by y equals 2. Y times 7 equals 21. Those are all open number sentences because they contain a variable which represents something we don't know yet, even if it's pretty easy and you kind of know what's going to go there. The point that I want to draw you to is to look over here. Notice that the y is used in each open number sentence. It is only a letter, and its value depends on the sentence it is used in. So don't think that y in one sentence is the same as y in another number sentence. So try to figure out the value of y in each of those number sentences. So, did you figure that in the first number sentence, the y is equal to 2? And in the second number sentence, the y is equal to 4. And in the third number sentence, the y is equal to 3, in order to make each of those number sentences true. So, I hope after this lesson you are more of an expert in what a number sentence is, how to write a number sentence, and that you know what a variable is, and how to solve what's missing. And I also hope you remember that when a number sentence uses a variable, we call that an open number sentence. It's missing some information. So when you come to class, we will be working with problems that deal with these items Please make sure that you write down any questions that you have for us so we can answer those right away so that you have more time to work on the math in class. Thank you.